computer. All right, so we will get started. I have everything. It's been a crazy day. My it's Tanner's birthday tomorrow. Gerald's sister-in-law called this morning and was like, yeah, we're coming to your house today. I was like, what? So I'm like, I'm cleaning, I'm doing my craft room, I'm organizing, I'm now cleaning my house extra because my sister-in-law's on her way, and I'm like, holy mother, and I have a team training tonight on top of it. So thank God, yesterday, I literally sat down and I did like 7 pages of notes, and I spent some time listening to some different trainings, Brandy's training, Nicole's training, and got lots of juicy nuggets that I want to share with all of you. And I need to slow down because I can't even breathe already. Okay, so glad you're all on here. Again, if you have a spot where you can share the Zoom link, go do that now so people will jump on, and I'll record it for those that can't jump on. Holy badoodles, let's see what I got starting here. Let's get started. Okay, so first off, hello. Glad you made it on here. That's a huge accomplishment, just getting on the Zoom itself. Some people have never done a Zoom, so if you're here and you've never done it, you did really good. You're here. The first thing I wanted to say is congrats to all the new teamies. We have so many new teamies from last month and already this month. You guys are all rocking it, sharing the opportunity with everybody you meet, obviously. And I'm going to go over some topics. So recruiting, events, business page, VIP group, mindset, and more. All right, so make sure you have a pen and paper. If you have a pen and paper, show me your pen and paper. Hold it up. There it is. There it is. Lucy's got hers from conference. Awesome. All right, so I'm just going to keep it quick and simple because I know people have things to do in life and I don't want to go crazy long. But I think there's lots of juicy nuggets that you can catch as I'm sharing. And I hope you go away with some things that you can take and then take action once we're done, right? Are you guys ready? Show a yeah, we're ready. Yeah. Okay, so where does it all start? This is my famous saying is, it starts with me. It's up to me to make things happen. We're going to talk first about recruiting. Let me just get my papers in the right order. So it starts with recruiting. So I always talk about goal setting. It's so important at the beginning of every single month to get a piece of paper and literally sit down and set your goals, whether it's for your business or your personal life. I always do goals for both. So business goals you want to look at, I had wrote the post there in our group and it was talking about how many new teamies you want on your team. Hold your fingers up. How many you guys want this month? New teamies. 3, 2. Lucy's already got 2 now already, right, Luce? Heidi's like 10, 5, 10. Yeah. So that's where it all starts, is you have to have a goal. In order to reach a goal, you have to have set that goal, right? So set the goal, how many new teammates you want to reach. The other goal I always say is, if you're wanting to do make and takes or pop-up shops at other people's houses, how many of those do you want to do in a month? I try to do 2, at least either at my house or in someone else's house. Events, how many events do you want to do in the month? I personally like to do, when I'm like in the busy season of events, I usually do 2 to 3 events a month. That's just me. Not everybody has to do that. I know life is busy, but for you, just set a goal, whatever it is for you personally. Maybe you want to set a goal to have a couple girlfriends over and just come and share the chalk love with them. That's good too, right? Because you're getting it in front of people. Okay, so recruiting is all about, here's the thing. I was listening to Nicole today, and it's actually not about numbers. It's really truly about relationships. Would you all agree it's about the relationship when you're growing your team? Because how many of you have got an inbox message and you're like, somebody just threw up on me about their opportunity, and you're like, that's disturbing. Like, that's not how we do business. So what I always tell people is your goal is to build relationships. So when someone asks you a question, you're not going to just say, hey, here's everything all up front. You're going to say, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you a mom? Are you a grandma? Do you have grandkids? Do you have kids? Are you working? Are you not working? You want to get to know them. So building the relationship is key. Again, I don't know. I was in a company where they literally gave us the script and they said, go and send this out to 5 people a day. And it was literally like this long, and it was like puking on somebody. And I was like, that just doesn't seem right to me. So we don't want to do that. People are drawn to people, right? Whether maybe they don't even have kids, maybe they have puppies or kitties. Like my mom's is the Pam and Tuffley's Country Crafts. So it's all about her and her cat, right? I think it's Heather has cats, Nicole has cats too, I think. So whatever it is, find something that you have in common with them, and then you can talk about it and get to know each other more. I'm reading my notes. So I talked about no spamming. You want to keep it genuine. Something that I agree on, that I heard again today, and I already had it written down, was if you focus solely on recruiting people just to get you to a certain rank, to get you somewhere in the company, that's the wrong purpose. That's the wrong way to go about it. What you want to do is think about that person. So what can you do to help that person reach a goal in their life? So if they join Chalkatour, what are some of the things that they need in their life? Maybe somebody needs an extra $200 to buy groceries. Maybe they need enough money so they can quit their job. Maybe they need rent money, whatever it is. If we take the focus off of us, and I know it's hard because like you're going along and you're like, oh my gosh, I just need one more person to hit this rank. Like, and it gets your heart racing and you're just kind of stressing. But the reality is, if we start working our business that way, it's going to fail in the long run because there's no real relationship building there. You're just, I need you, I need you, I need you. Quick, sign up. I'll give you this if you sign up. I'll give you that if you sign up. It doesn't work. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Again, so I was talking about what are their needs. Find out what their needs are. All right, next page. I'm going quick because I want to make this quick, but give you some juicy stuff to start thinking about. Okay, so say somebody says to you, I want more information. Again, you're not going to send them a big long spiel. You start off with like, where do you live? I usually ask them, where do you live? And then I say, do you love to craft? Oh yeah, some people have their sound on. I don't know who does. Who has sound on? Angela, there we go. I got her. I think I got her. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah, okay. So simple questions, a couple questions first before you start giving them all the business information because it can get overwhelming. I know Tara talked about this too, and this is the way I do it also. I try to get to know them a little bit before I tell them like opportunity $99.
Connected with that.
There we go. The opportunity is $99. You know, all that juicy information. You don't want to just throw it at them all at once. So you just kind of, and then usually what I say is, are you crafty? Where are you from? Are you creative? Something like that. And then when they respond, I'll say to them, I see you guys now, Karen and Tommy. I usually say, what questions do you have? Because I feel like if you say to them, what questions do you have? You're not then throwing up a bunch of information that maybe they didn't even want to know. So you start off by saying, what questions do you have about the opportunity or about the product? So it depends if they're more customer related. You're going to say, what questions do you have about the products? And then if it's opportunity, what questions do you have about the business? So that's the way I kind of do it. And then if they want more, then you just start giving them what they want, right? Don't give them too much and then overwhelm them and then they're running the other direction because they're like, I have no clue what you're talking about. So keep it simple, and that's the way you kind of want to go with it. Okay, so then say they're a customer person, they want to be a customer. And people will say to me all the time, they're like, how do I get them into my VIP group? Making sure I don't miss a question here. And I always say, the way you get them into your VIP group is first, they're asking you some questions, and you're going to say to them, if you would like to jump into my VIP group, I have lots of fun games. I have specials. I have things that I've already sold. I have mini kits in there. And once you tell them kind of those things that are happening in your group, they're going to want to be in your VIP group. So I do that either in a message when they ask me questions, or I also do it on my lives. My lives, when I do it, I'll say to them, drop a VIP in the comments if you want to get into my group. And that works really, really well. And while I'm thinking of that, I was trying to find my when I first got started, I used to have a piece of paper. So like example, I'd have a piece of paper, and because when I'm on live, how many people go live and you forget things? You're like, dang it, I was supposed to say that, and I was wanting to say that, and it's like, dang. So when I first got started in the beginning, I had a piece of paper and I would put on here like little things like drop VIP for the VIP group. I would put on here, you want information about the opportunity, drop opportunity in the comments. Even like the basic stuff about the business, like the chalk is non-toxic, because when you're getting started, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say or how to respond. Or so when you have that piece of paper in front of you, it's just a little friendly reminder of things you might want to say while you're on your live. So I always would put it in front of me so I could see it and I could glance at it real quick before I got finished, and I could always say the things that I needed to say before I got off, and then I wouldn't be like, get off and go, shoot, I wanted to tell them about the opportunity or whatever, right? So that's just a little tip that you can do. Okay, so say somebody reaches out to you, this was touched on too, and they're interested in the opportunity. You kind of gave them a bit of information. People will say, well, when do you reach back out to them? Like, do you message them next day? Like, what should I do? And I always say, give them a couple days to kind of think about it. They're going to have that information. You've given them something to go look at, and then give it a couple days and then just touch base again with them. You don't want to like message, because then they're going to go, yeah, I don't want to be a part of this person's life because they're going to drive me crazy. So you want to spread it out a little bit. You want to like wait 2 days and then just say, hey, were there any more questions you maybe had that I can answer for you, right? If they don't respond, don't keep messaging them. Just wait for them to look and think and let them come to you. We don't want to chase anybody down, because if you have to chase somebody down, it's probably not going to work out that good. So then what I always say is it's the magic 3. So you reach out to them 3 times, but the second time if they don't respond, I'm not going to quick message them back. I'm going to wait a little while, maybe the next week, and they got busy, they missed the message. Give them one more message, that's that 3rd time in the week after, and then see how that goes from there, right? All right, so once they're in your VIP group, trying to find where my VIP group went. I'm going kind of all over the place on my paper. Okay, so here we go. I'll go back to that one in a minute. So we were talking about VIP group and the business page. So we'll go back over to the business page because that's where you're gonna go live. So I've talked about this a lot, 3 posts a day, 1 interaction, 1 personal, 1 business. Like things like interaction is like this or that. Put out a question to them, like today I thought of it after I had already posted it, my crazy messed up craft room, you know, is your craft room as messy as mine? Like just things like that are going to get them to respond to you. You want to put something that's interaction. It could be, what's your favorite TV show? There's a bunch of pictures that I created that are in our file section, and you can look, actually they're in the albums. They're in the albums in our group, and you can grab a ton of those and just kind of sporadically put them through the days. And then personal is like, people want to get to know you because people buy from people. Why? Because Messy Monday, yeah, show your craft room. That's a good one. That's a good one. I should have done that before I cleaned it. But people buy from people because they're drawn to you. So one of the things that Nicole said today was, why should someone come and shop from you? Like, would you shop from yourself? I was like, I think I'd shop from myself. I think I'm a pretty good person, but it really makes you stop and think. Like they were talking about, you know, are you bubbly enough? Are you sharing some of your life stories so someone can get to know you? Are you kind of a hermit and you're not sharing anything about yourself? Because people like to feel like they know you. Like I get messages all the time. They're like, Tracy, I feel like I know you. I could be your friend like from many years ago. And, you know, we could hang out and go fishing, because I share those things like I'm at the lake fishing, I'm camping. I share things that go wrong in my life too, because I want them to know my life is not perfect. So, but they're getting to know me by me sharing personal stuff. I'm not saying like, here's my mom. She's supposed to be on with us right now. My mom, I'm going to tell her right now. Hang on 1 second. Mom?
Yes.
We're on a team meeting right now.
Where? I can't find you.
Zoom. Go to our business page. Go to our team page. We're on the Zoom.
Okay, bye.
Bye. She's like, where? I can't find you. So yeah, you want to put some personal stuff on there, whether you have a dog or a cat. The funniest thing is, do you ever know when people are a dog lover, like, and they see someone else that's a dog lover, they're just like, oh my gosh, you're a dog lover. Like, so I'm like, okay, I got to share my dog. I don't have a cat yet. I'm trying to work on Gerald about getting a cat. He's saying no, but I really want a cat bad. So I'm thinking I could draw some more cat lovers in if I had a cat, maybe, you know. But whether it's your kids, whether it's your grandkids, when you share that kind of stuff, it really does draw people in to you more. So share your life. And then you want one business post. So the business post would be not spammy necessarily, but it could be like showing a tip, giving a tip. Like I think Stephanie did a tip today about our board erasers, a tip on how to get your chalk working better. There's so many different tips you could put out. There's so many different, like, here's a cute little bundle you could purchase, or this is how you do, what do you call it? If you're chalking, and there's different, like the ombre cut look. So just sharing different tips about what you can do with our products, and that's going to draw them into knowing more and more about the business. You can have so people are saying, well, Tracy, how did you grow your business page? Okay, so when I started Chocolate Tour back in October, I had 200 likes on my page. I'd had that page for a long time. And Laura, if you can just mute yours when you get on there, girl. Your mic. Maybe your mic's not even on. I don't know. So again, I started at 200, and I just gradually, the way I built my likes was seriously through little giveaways. So in the beginning, every day I did a giveaway for the first month, and it literally grew my business page probably by about 400 likes. And it was little things. It was like most of the stuff I did was little mini kits, because guess what? I wanted them to try it. So they won it, they tried it, and then they're coming back for more because they had the wow moment at home. They pulled that transfer off and they were like, oh my gosh, I need more of this. So that's how I grew it pretty dang fast. And once the first month went by, then I started doing weekly shares. So every week I would gather all the people that shared, and then I'd put them in the spinner wheel, that name picker wheel. And she's not finding it. I'm going to send it to her real quick. And I would pick a name and somebody would win, right? So that's one way you can literally grab or grow your business page. Mother, please. Let me just quickly. She's sometimes a little techno. So let me just share the link real quick with her. So that's how I grew my business page. And then people say, okay, well, how much time is that going to take? Well, it takes time. People think that my business just grew so quickly, but my business took time. I will tell you, it probably took 6 months. So I started in October. I didn't really do anything in October very much. And then come November, I started working it because it was Christmas time. And then from there, slow go. But it took probably 6 months before I actually started seeing good growth and customers joining my VIP group. There we go. I sent it to her. So some people are like, well, I need it like right now. I need it right now. And it's like, it's not going to happen right this minute. Seriously, it takes time to build a business. And especially if you've never been in a direct sales company before, it's going to take time because you're just getting started. You're starting to build relationships. Some people, they've been in direct sales. They have a customer base that will follow them wherever they go. And so then you'll see somebody going a little bit quicker than somebody else. It's because they've already been in business before and they've brought some people along with them that trust them, love them, and want to support them wherever they are. Does that make sense? I always say, if you're going to build a wall, it's one brick at a time, right? So every single day you're doing your 3 posts, you're going live, you're either going live or doing a demo, whichever one you want to do. So set a goal. So Tara was sharing, people were shocked when they heard her say, if you don't know who Tara is, Tara, I think it's Panzak, or I can't even say it right, but she did a whole training on how she almost signs up a person every single day. She had 300 and something enrollees last year, which is crazy. And so she was just sharing, people thought she went live every single day, and she doesn't. Like, she goes live maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And if she can do it at 3 or 4 times a week, that's good. She said, all you have to do is be consistent. So if you only have one day where you can go live, make sure you're going live the same day every week, about the same time every week. And that's going to be your consistent time frame. And Facebook will start recognizing that, and they'll start showing you to more people. So pick how much you want to go. Like for me, I try to go 4 to 5 times. I know I'm kind of crazy that way, but I have the time. And so I've told my family. My son at first was like, Mom, why are you going live again? Why are you going live again? I said, you know what? I work from home. I said, if I was a news anchor woman, I'd be at the news station in front of the camera, away from home, you know, gone. And so once I explained it to him that way, he's like, okay, so every night at 6 o'clock, you're going to work in the basement where he can come walking in and see me. So that's the beauty of, you know, doing it here at home. Once you explain it to your family, like, this is a job and I have to set time aside for my work. If I want my work to be successful and I want to see my income grow, you got to set that time slot and stick to it. Okay, and then talking about, so how many of you on here have gone live? Let me see your hands. You've gone live on here. I think almost all of you have gone live. Okay, so I see Stacy didn't raise her hand and Valerie. So okay, for you two, what's holding you back? Is it fear? Are you fearful? Hang on, I'm gonna unmute you real quick. You can tell me, both of you can tell me. I'm trying to unmute you. Hang on, there we go. Hang on. All right, you girls are unmuted. Tell me what's holding you back.
Okay, so I'm just getting started. I just got my business kit. I haven't got any of my product yet to even start my own stuff, but I do lives all the time with another company that I work with, and then just personally with my own development stuff. So that's not a concern. I'm not worried about that. I just need to have product in front of me to be able to show people. So I'm just waiting for my order to come in. Then you'll
okay, well, that's awesome.
Tired of seeing me.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you then. Perfect. Okay, Stacy, what about you?
Fear.
Fear.
Out of my comfort zone.
Right. So so the biggest thing I would tell you, and this is what I've told a lot of people that are on here that didn't want to go live in the very beginning, I said to them, okay, how about you start with just a quick demo video where you're not even on there, that you pre-shoot beforehand, and then you can upload it and post it. And every one of them that actually did that first a few times, they just were more comfortable as they kind of went along. Because I don't suggest you just get on there and go live if you've never done something like that at all. I want you to feel comfortable as you're going about it. And so that's how a bunch of the girls on here started. Carrie was that way. I think Heidi was a little bit that way. And when I first started, I was the same way. I had to record it and watch it a few times when I was talking to make sure that I liked what I was hearing, you know, and maybe I could fix this, fix that. And so I would say start with, set a goal, shoot a demo video, even if it's just your hands. Because people will know, and Facebook will know it's your video and it's not someone else's generic out there video, and they'll show your video more because it's brand new video and it's you.
Okay.
So you can reach out to me. I can help you with all that kind of stuff. Definitely just reach out, and I want you to get over that fear. Because we were all there. Would you all say you had fear the first time you went live? Yeah, see? And now, is it better now? Yeah? Some people are still getting through the fear stage, and that's okay. It takes time to get there. Now I just throw the video on, and I don't even care. I'm like, let's do this thing. I don't care what I look like or nothing. So you get there. The more you do, you get there. So we're cheering you on.
All right, thanks.
All right, cool. All right, so here's one thing I wanted to share with you that literally this week took my business page lives to a whole new crazy steroid level. So what I did was I talked to my daughter, I set up a separate Facebook account, and I've had that account for a while, but I would suggest to you, just listen to this, and I'm not even joking, my videos went from about 300 to 400 views to literally 1.7K. So what I did was I set up a second account, and the reason why I use a separate account is because if I get into Facebook jail, it ain't gonna affect me in my life, right? So I have a whole separate Facebook account. I went in there and I spent some time and I added myself to about 150 groups. What are the groups like? Get ready to write them down. So you wanna be able to get into, like for here in the US, there's like Nashville small business, Florida small business. Pick the cities that are around you, and then behind it, it'll say small business. You're going to join the small business groups. If you want to get into cross-border, well, you can do that too. It's up to you. The other thing you can get into is some buy and sell groups. As long as it's a group where it says like everything goes, most likely they're not going to, you know, crucify you. So everything goes buy and sell groups. Pick a bunch of different cities, again, towns, whatever. And then there's craft groups. You can get into some different craft groups also. out there. And those are the basic 3 that I stuck to. There was some groups that were basically, whatever they called, work from home groups. So, you know, looking work from home, mom and dads. There's different Canada work from home. There's USA ones work from home also. So what I did was I gave my daughter my login information for my second account. And I said to her, here's the deal. I'll pay you $20 at the end of the month if you can get on as many of my lives. Here's the trick. When you are live, so when I'm live, right before I go live, I message her. I go, Lindsay, I'm getting on live. She's like, okay. So she logs into my account, and as soon as I'm live, she heads over to my thing, and she starts sharing my live to about 20 groups. My viewers live when I was on live was up to 55 the other day. That's the most I've ever had watching me while I was live. So the viewer number went up, and as soon as I got off, I already had 1,000 views as soon as I hung up on my live. So that can take your business like crazy, crazy, crazy. So just another example, my mom was on the other night, and Lindsay just happened to go to hers. She shared it to it was kind of funny. She shared it to one group here in Spokane. My mom went from 3 viewers at one time to 17, like instantly. Like she had 17 viewers, and I was like, oh my gosh, my mom has 17 viewers. This is crazy. So, and she had people asking questions. So I'm like, this one lady was from Post Falls. I'm like, she's taking my people right down the road from me. What's going on? So it just goes to show you, find a share buddy or find 2 share buddies. It can also be like a couple friends of yours. Just share, even if they just shared to a group locally by you, they don't even need to get into your second account. They can just go and share it once or twice for you. They're not going to get into Facebook jail if they're sharing it once or twice. But if you want it to be like on steroids kind of deal, have somebody sharing to 20 groups while you're live and watch your lives go crazy. Watch your VIP group grow, because mine has grown this week just from that, being able to do that. We've done it 3 times now, and I'm like, we're going to keep doing this, Lindsay. She's like, yes, Mom, I will. So for me to just say, I'll give you $20, she's like, it took me 3 minutes to do the shares. 3 minutes. Which one of your friends has 3 minutes for you? Or which one of your family members has 3 minutes for you? You know, like it's an easy way and a free way, because how many of us have spent money? You know, it's a free way to get your likes up, to get your views up, to make things happen. Another quick thing, the more consistent you are with your lives, that one Taylor girl, literally Facebook all of a sudden decided one day that they were going to show her video to 900 viewers at one time. She looked at her screen and she about had a heart attack. 900 people were watching her. She went from a 55 viewer type of deal to 900 within minutes. And she was like, what just happened? And it was nobody sharing anything. It was her being consistent. And this has happened to a few gals now. They're starting to share. Facebook's recognizing people who are consistent with their time slot, their days, and going live. So keep on being consistent and watch. Maybe Facebook will pick you one day. I think I'll have a heart attack if I look up and see 900 viewers on it one time. We're like, oh my gosh, right? So share buddy, make that one of your goals to get somebody to help you share. When you offer a giveaway, do you do a draw from those who liked and shared your video? When I do a giveaway, share giveaway, it's just people who share. So that's my focus, is the shares. And I'll grab all their names and I'll throw them in that one wheel like I showed everybody. It's called the name picker wheel. So it's great for showing people their names are all on there. You spin the wheel. I always go live to show them who were the winners. And then I mail them out once a week. So that way it's one every Friday, and then I mail them out, right? Okay, so I did the shared buddy. 1.7K views, like within like an hour and a half. I was like blown away by that, like seriously blown away. Okay, so another thing when you're doing your lives, we're sticking on the business part because people ask me a bazillion questions about this. The day you plant the seeds, not the day you eat it. That's so good. That is so good. That is so true. The day you plant the seeds is not the day you eat it. It takes work. It takes watering it. It takes taking care of it, right? So this is what we're doing with our business. We're watering it. We're taking care of it. And then guess what? You're going to see it blossom. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so be creative with your lives. How many of you, Ken Hess will do some fun things. He'll have like different things for different days. I like to bring in my husband. You all see me bring my husband in every now and then. That gets me a lot of views. If I bring in Tanner, I get a ton of views. So just be creative. You could do ink one day, chalk one day. You could do 2 different projects with the same transfer. So say you have the love transfer. You do it on fabric with the ink, you wash it, and then you're going to show them how to do the love transfer on a piece of wood. That blows people's minds when they see that. They're like, wow, you could use it on multiple surfaces. So you want to get creative. You don't want to always be chalk, 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 because they're going to get bored. And some people will tell you that inking gets the most attention. People love that you can ink different things. So if you're doing a pillow, you're doing a bag, you're doing a t-shirt, you're doing napkins, you're doing tea towels. They're just like, holy cadoodle, hats. I mean, there's so many things you can do with our ink. And a lot of people just focus on chalk and then they don't even know we have ink. So be creative in your ways that you're showing how to use the products. Different surfaces. I always try to have one day a week where I take something, example, here we go. I'll take something that I got at the thrift store and I'll just be like, this is a refurbished night. So, you know, these were crappy old, I got to finish the back still, old cutting boards, and then I turned them into something fabulous. So people love when you take something old and, you know, cheap and you create something that's adorable that they can put on their wall, because then they start thinking, oh, I got some things in my kitchen or I got some things in my garage that I can do, and it gets their wheels turning, and then they're like, okay, let's do this. We're going to get some of this product and we're going to make something cute. Okay, so we're going to switch over to, oh, one more thing with going live, because I've seen it too many times. People get on live and they're like, they're chalking. They're like, isn't this the greatest thing ever? It's like, I feel like people sometimes don't get on with that positive, uplifting. Before I come into my room, I'm not even joking, I turn on some music because I have to have upbeat music. And thank you, Heidi, my family hates me right now, because all I do is listen to the Good Morning song by Mandisa every day, multiple times a day. But when I come in here, I got to put something in if I'm having a bad day. I got to pump myself up, because when you go live, if you're just like, this is great, I had a horrible day, or if you screw up on your project and you're just like, look at how bad it is, it's just so horrible. Like, would you come back and watch somebody again the next day? No. You want someone that comes in, they're like, hey ladies, how's it going? We're having an awesome day. What are we going to do today? We're going to chalk something up. Like, you got to be pumped, because they might have got home from work and they already had a bad day. They're looking for somebody that's going to like brighten their day. I have people tell me all the time, Tracy, you brighten my day. I look forward to watching your lives, because yeah, do I have a bad time every now and then? Sure I do. And do I share stuff with people? Yeah, I do. But almost 99% of the time, I get on here thinking about these people that are getting home from work. They're tired, they're worn out, maybe their boss yelled at them, maybe they're upset with their kids, and they're looking for somewhere to get out of all that craziness and enjoy a little moment. You know, when you go to watch TV, you want to just like chill and enjoy what you're watching. That's who we are on the other end. So I encourage you to be upbeat, have fun. If you need to crank some music right before you get started, Amanda does it all the time. If you ever watch Amanda, she goes in and she starts dancing. She's always dancing in the beginning. It's like, so when she did it, I was like, I got to start dancing more often. So I probably need to start dancing more. But me and Tanner dance a lot. So just get creative, have fun. If you ain't having fun, people aren't going to want to do what you're doing, right? Okay, so let's go to VIP group real quick. I got just a few more things to go over, but I'll be quick. How do I get people into my VIP group? We already kind of went over that. You just want to make sure when you're going live, or even if you have finished products, you can post them on your business page and be like, if you want to shop my finished products, type VIP in the comments. I'll get you the link to my VIP group. It's a process, but if you're not inviting people, they're not going to show up there just magically. You know what I'm saying? Well, my VIP group's not growing. Well, are you sharing the link? Are you sharing finished products to show them that you have stuff for sale? Are you showing them, you know, that you have kits? Are you telling them you got kits over there? If you want to try something, they're in my VIP group. That's how you get them in there. We're not allowed to post kits on our pages because they're broken down Chocateur items. So how do you get them in there? You just put up a note. Hey, I got VIP kits available in my VIP group. You want to get in there? Type VIP. I invite people from my main Facebook page once a week to my VIP shoppers group, and I'll usually post something that I finished, and I'm like, this is available in my VIP shoppers group. Come on over and join, so that you're getting some of your main people over there also. And as long as they know about your specials, your giveaways, all the fun stuff you're doing in there, they're going to want to be in there. and you want to go live while you're in there at least once or twice a week because they love to see you and hear what's going on. Once a month, I usually have a sale or a special. I've done the spinning wheel where everything's on the spinning wheel, 20, 30, 40% off, free shipping, all that kind of stuff. You can do the exact same thing with envelopes. Tape up the envelopes behind you. It's the same idea. You can do the balloon sale. Amanda does the balloon sale. I've never done it yet. I'm like, what? A guy was hit by a car in front of the house, had to call 911. What the heck, Sherry? Yes, so draw, yes for the draw share. What can you do if you don't have ink? Yeah, do different surfaces. You can show them, Laura, you can do fabric, you can do plastic, you can do chalkboard, you can do wood, you can do all that. The fabric stuff would be more of a decorative fabric that you're gonna hang on a wall, obviously not something you wanna be washing because it's chalk, but you can totally show all that. And then you can just post little demo videos of people doing ink. You can get lots of different demo videos off of the Chalk Couture page on Facebook. Okay, so so one of the ones that works really well for me, a special, usually I'll do it the day before the end of the month because I like to boost up my sales by the end of the month. And I will do what's called the buy one, get one half off. I have huge success with buy one, get one half off. And I usually do it because I have stock. Like I have stuff in stock, like all my chalk pastes up there. So I'll say buy one chalk, get one half off. Buy a transfer, get half off. My last sale was $500 that night. I had like 500 in sales. But I'm going to tell you, it took me time. Don't compare yourself to me right now because it took me time to build my customer group to where it is today. Doesn't mean you can't offer a special. It doesn't mean you can't offer some fun games because you have to do that to keep them coming back for more. You have to make it fun for them. And I always say it's like rewarding my customers. Once a month, I do something fun for my customers because I have a lot of customers that shop regular from me, and I want to reward them and say, hey, here's a fun special, you know, and then they're happy to be able to be a part of that. Going back to where I was. Okay, so I'm going to quickly talk about events. And if you guys got other questions you need to ask me, yeah, you can pop them in the side there if you need to, if something comes up, and then I'll look over there and see. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to talk about, we talked about sharing personal things on your business page. The other thing you want to do is share like any little small reward, any small, even if you're going on a trip to ChalkCon, do a little hype post sharing, hey, I get to go to, you know, right now the girls are going to be going to Calgary and Vancouver and Toronto. Like, this is exciting. So do a post that talks about, I'm going to a chalk mini convention, and people are like, she gets to go to some cool chalk convention? That's awesome. Like, it just gets their interest perked. So whether you went on a trip, like we went to ChalkCon, well, we posted all kinds of stuff. Do you know how many people message me? What's this chalk thing all about? And it's because I posted information about what I was doing. I was off having fun. If you get a prize in the mail, one of your leaders sends you a prize, post it. Look what I got in the mail for working hard. Like, whatever it might be. Look what I got in the mail for hitting mentor. You know, post it because people go, wow, that's cool. She's getting gifts and rewards for her work. We don't get that at our job at Starbucks. Like, it draws people into what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So planting seeds, how funny is that? I had it drawn on my piece of paper. Look at that. Planting seeds. So you plant it and it takes time. Like I said, I've been doing this business almost a year now, and it literally took me a good 6 months of hard work, daily goal setting, and doing things every single day to get to where I am now. And it took a good 6 months to seriously start seeing some huge changes. So, you know, I know a lot of the new girls are like, wow, this isn't happening. This is not happening. I just continue to encourage them. Keep going. Keep doing everything you're doing. Because if you're going live and you're sharing your excitement for Chalk Couture, only good things are going to come. Okay, so let's talk about events real quick. Fall is the busiest season for events. People will say, Tracy, because I do a ton of events. I have for the last 20 years because I always have sold crafts at stuff in the fall for 20-something years. And they'll always say, now they say, well, what do you do in your booth? Like in your booth when you're going to do an event. I learned in the beginning, I used to do tons of finished goods, and then I would hardly sell a thing. Because The busy season for events is fall. So that's your Christmas season. They're buying for a reason, right? They're buying for their sister, their brother, their children, their aunts, their uncles, everybody. So when I think about my booth coming this fall, I'm thinking 25% of items are going to be for sale, and the other 75 is going to be mini kits, like $10, $20, $30 kits that they can purchase in my booth. I'm going to have a demo station, and I'm going to have a bunch of transfers that are going to be available for sale, and chalk paste. That has worked way better for me than having a full booth of just finished goods and then a little catalog on the table. You want to be promoting Chalk Couture. That's your main focus, is Chalk Couture, the opportunity, the products. And so when it comes to springtime, I literally only have 10% of finished goods in my booth now, and the rest is more Chalk Couture. I don't bring a ton because not a ton is going to sell. In spring, what do we have? Mother's Day, Father's Day. That's one person they're purchasing for, right? If they're going to purchase something. So it's a lot less sales come springtime around to summer. Those of you who do events, would you agree? Yeah. So right now you want to focus on looking up events in your area. I never spend a ton of money on events because I've done some events that were like $200 and up, and it's ridiculous. You don't get your money back. It's really hard to get your money back. So I always focus on 25, 50 is usually my max. Unless I know it's like a really good 3-day weekend sale, I'll spend more. And I know that there's tons of traffic and it's a regular event that's super popular, then I'll spend more. But most of the time it's 25 to 50 I'll do. Right now there's some stuff coming up in the malls. Christmas is coming, so if you can get into a mall event, if you can get into the schools that are super regular every year have events, they're always good to get into, the school ones, the church ones that are regular. So be on the lookout for those events because that's where you're going to sell your finished goods, right? There and on Marketplace. I sell a ton at Christmas time on Marketplace. People are coming to my house nonstop for sales. All right, let's go. We're getting there. Mindset. If you guys jumped on my video the other day when I talked about mindset, I shared a little story about like when you get up in the morning, if you don't put good things into your mind, what's going to happen to your day. If you get up and start thinking about all the things that could go wrong, that's the direction you're going to go. You're going to go down right from the time you hit the floor. If you start thinking about, oh, my boss, this and that, and you're going to go down, right? So you get up, you got to put something positive in. What do? I put Heidi's song on. Oh my gosh. I'm about to find a new song soon. If you guys got a new song for me, send me a song. But it's all honestly about that. If you get up and you turn the radio on to something positive, whether it's a podcast, whether you like to listen to a book in your ears. I love listening to books. I like audiobooks because I don't have time to stop. I'm a busy beaver. I'm doing all the time. So the books go in my ear while I'm doing. That's just how I roll. I don't stop. So to sit and read a book is hard for me. So you can get podcasts on YouTube that are uplifting, inspirational, all that kind of stuff. I shared a story on there. Some of you probably heard it, but this story hits me hard all the time. It's like Gerald and I were talking about stuff, and it was at a time when things were really rough in our life, and it was like God showed me this vision. So I share it all the time with people because it's like he started talking about one bill that didn't get paid, and then I started talking about this other thing that, oh my gosh, they didn't even call me back, and next thing you know, we're just like grabbing all these things, and within, like, no joke, within 2 minutes, we were almost full out fighting verbally. Because why? We kept on grabbing at all these negative things that were going on around us. And I literally was sitting there, and it was like God showed me a fire, like what a fire pit looks like. If you continue to put logs on the fire, what's going to happen? You keep going and keep going, it's going to get out of control, and it's just going to be like whoosh, and there you go. It's going to burn you down. And that's how we felt that day. It was like, man, all this craziness, we're piling up, and now we're ready to kill each other because we were so negative and so working at each other. And it was like, no, you can't do that. You got to stop. You got to stop putting logs on the fire. So whether it's in business, you get up in the morning and you're like, I didn't get a view last night. I didn't get anybody watching me. I didn't make a sale. Like, it's the same thing in business. If we keep putting logs, negative logs on the fire and not focusing on the positive things that are happening, like, I created something fun that I gave to my mom. My mom came over. She created something cool. Like, instead of focusing on the negative, focus on the positive, and you won't have that crazy fire pit happening where it's out of control and taking you down a whole nother road. So truly, it's like the mindset. For me, I know I have to put positive stuff in the morning. If something starts going wrong in the day, I crank up my worship music. I'm like, okay, I got to turn this on. So whatever it is for you, Everybody has their thing that makes them happier. Sometimes it's me turning on the 80s pop music. I don't know, it just takes me back to when I was young and I start singing in the car and I'm like happier instantly. So whatever it is for you, that's what you want to do. We're almost there. 2 more pages. Okay, so comparing yourself to others. This happens when you get started. No joke. Everyone's like, well, Tracy this and Amanda this and, you know, Joanne this and Heidi this. They're comparing to everybody else around them. But you don't remember, everybody's at a different spot. Like I was saying earlier, you know, I've been in direct sales for 10 years. Lots of you have been in direct sales. I mean, anybody else been in direct sales for quite some time? A few of you I know have. So we can't compare ourselves necessarily to everybody else sometimes because they've got a following that's kind of come with them. A lot of people, like when you swap companies, they're like, oh, I'm going to go on, you know, and support her in that company. So if you're brand new to direct sales, like I said earlier, it's going to take time and that's okay. We all were there and it takes time to get there. People will be like, Tracy, your space is amazing. Sherry will know this room was not amazing when I first started. I literally started adding one thing at a time. I did not have anything in this room but a table and it was dark in here. I have one little light. It was dark in here. I still went live. And then what did I do? I bought a backdrop. That was my next purchase. And then I bought a mini ring light. I was using a mini ring light. Like I started at the bottom too. I worked my way. This is a year's worth of creativeness. You know what I mean? To get my room looking decent. I have lights now. I invested in just different things I invested in. It didn't happen overnight. I didn't have it all like in a week. So if you see my room or you see my backings or a lot of the leaders, like it took time for them to get their stuff together the way it is. So don't feel like you have to have it overnight is what I'm trying to say, right? Baby steps. Set a goal. Oh, this month I'm going to get a backdrop. Next month I'll get maybe a light or whatever it is you can afford to do. When I started my last company, I had a corner in my basement that was literally 4 feet by 4 feet. I was with LipSense and I needed a spot to do videos. I had no spot. So 4 by 4, I bought a cutesy lip backdrop. I bought a ring light and that was my fun. Like that was it. People didn't know I was in a tiny little corner of my basement. You can find a corner and make it cute and that's it. It works. So just do what you can little by little. All right, the next thing is, the other part is some people are better at some things. Like some people are just natural at getting on and going live and some people aren't and that's okay too. You will work your way there. I was not a live girl whatsoever. I had to get past the fears. That's why I have it on here. What is holding you back? Maybe you don't think you have the perfect area to go live. There's tons of girls in this team, our huge team, that just go live at their kitchen table. And they're working their business like crazy. Nobody has to have the perfect scenario. Maybe you're shy. Maybe you're a hot mess. I don't know how many times I got on and I was a horrible hot mess. And it was like, you know what? It still worked. It's okay. People like to see you as a hot mess mama. And you can tell them that I'm a hot mess today. But hey, it's okay, right? And they're like, yeah, it's okay. My son will come in and drive me, like he'll be just here and I'm like, they can see it in my eyes. They're like, she wants to kill him right now. And they're like typing, I know how you feel right now. I'm a mom too. I'm like, yeah, I want to kill him because he won't leave the room and he keeps on harassing me. And he knows the look and he's still not leaving. It's like, it happens, but people are drawn to that because it's the real deal, right? The real deal. Like I love that guy, the news anchors on live in the news and what's happening in the background is kids complying in the door. That went viral. It's like, it's okay. Okay, one more thing, being a leader. If you have one teammate, guess what? You're now a leader. You are leading a team of one. If you have two, you're a leader, right? So how does that look? You want to, maybe you don't know everything because you're just getting started. That's okay. Don't feel like you need to know everything because there's a whole lot of people that do know a lot and they're all out there and we don't all know everything. So get them to the places where they're going to find the information. That's what I tell people. They don't suggest starting a group until, Mandy just said this, till you have about 40 teammates on your team. Only because there's so many groups out there. Would you not say you're all in all these groups? It's like, oh my gosh, right? It's overwhelming. But there's so much great information out there that you don't want to miss out, but it's okay. Okay, I'm trying to look over here. Am I missing stuff? Don't know. What is a VIP bot? You mean like an autoresponder? Is that what you're meaning? VIP group?
And it will never happen again. And
I'm not a hot mess. I'm a spicy disaster. I like that. I like that. Pavelina, you'll have to let me know what that means.
So Sherry said, make sure to do a VIP booth. It helps like for the VIP group. So I don't know what's VIP.
Oh, okay. So Sherry, you're talking about the responder, right? Autoresponder?
Yeah, that thing. I didn't know what it was called, but yeah, that bot thing that you had us do.
Yeah. So there's a training in our file section. And so what an auto bot is like, have you ever gone and messaged somebody and then you instantly get a message? So the auto responder bots that I have, Leah has another training on it too, but we have one in our file section. And so basically how it works is you set it up to what you want. So mine is set up that if somebody types VIP in my comments on my business page, automatically it sends them my VIP group link. And then if someone types opportunity, it sends them my opportunity group link. Because for me, I was having a hard time like finding all these messages of people wanting VIP or opportunity, and I was just getting bombarded. So having the autoresponder bot, which is free, just helps you get people that information without you having to go back and try and find them and missing them, possibly missing them too, right? So if you need that information, just message me, and then that way I can get you the actual direct link to the video, because my brain, I won't remember. I'm just telling it like it is. Okay, so I watched Nicole's training today, and I'll finish on this. She talked about being a leader. So being a leader, which one are you? This is what she said. Are you a short-term leader or are you a long-term leader? And so a short-term leader, they focus on the numbers only. They will be in the lead short-term, and they don't do the work themselves. Someone's calling me. No. So that's a short-term leader. They're like, oh, all about the numbers, right? So that's their focus is. So a long-term leader is somebody who focuses on the person. You focus on the people. And I talked about that earlier, which I thought was kind of confirming today when I saw Nicole's training this morning. I was like, that's what I was going to talk about. It's all about the relationship. It's all about getting to know people. You have to be able to, in this business, it's not about just making money. It's not just about me. This business is about every single person on the team. You want every single person to achieve success. You want every single person to reach their goals. Like that's my vision, is that everybody has success in this business. I don't want to leave anybody behind. And so I'm always here to help you get there. Obviously, I can give you the tools. You got to do the work, right? So the other part is building relationship, truly caring about their needs, both your customers and your designers. So you're not just caring about your team as designers, you're also caring about your customers. It's all about that relationship. If you don't have the relationships and you don't sincerely care about them and you're just thinking, I need the money this month or I need the PV this month, it's not going to work out long term. So maybe you'll look like you're farther back on the rank charts and that other person for the short term is way ahead of you. But in the long term, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be the one that's going to surpass it, and you're going to be there in the end because you're doing it the right way. 4 things come with being a long-term leader. And what does that look like? Grit. Would you say you have to put a lot of work in to make your business work? For sure, right? If you want something bad enough, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to put the work in. So it's grit, determination, time, and hard work. Connecting with people, and it's all about the relationships. Integrity is key. Value your friendships. Like in this business, oh my gosh, I've been in direct sales, like I said, for 9 years, almost probably 10 years now that I'm thinking about it. And I have made so many amazing friends along the journey. Some of them are here with me on the journey, but it's all about, for me, it's like seeing them succeed in business makes my heart happy. I always tell people, I don't need a lot in life, but we all could use something to get ahead in life. And it looks a little bit different maybe for every single person. But my goal is that you all get there. And most of you who've been around me know that's really my heart. My heart is for everybody to be successful, and I'll go above and beyond. I work from home, and I get emotional because I do give it my all. Because I want it for all of you. Okay, so being a good leader is setting the example, right? Would you not say when you, Heidi, when you notice a good leader, would you not say that they're setting the example for you? They're doing whatever they need to do in order to be successful. And then when you see them doing those things, prime example, Amanda's my upline. When I first saw her on a live, I watched her a few times and I was like, this girl is doing it. She's working her business. She has a good heart. She's got her family. And I thought, you know, I want what she has. I want to do what she's doing. I want to be a good leader just like her. And so that's why I joined her, because I saw good qualities in her. And so I hope that when people join me and our team, that they see that in all of us too. So don't tell people what to do. Here's some examples. This is from Nicole's training this morning we were watching. So you can't tell them to do things that you're not specifically doing, right? If you want to set an example, you need to be doing those things. So don't tell them to go order when you're not putting your own orders in. Don't tell them to go live when you're not going live. Don't go tell them go do these events and pop-up shops and this and that when you've not even done one yourself, right? Like, you have to set the example for your team and they're going to do what you're doing. If you're going live, they're going to be like, gee, I should probably be doing some more lives like Tracy, right? Like, but if all of a sudden I disappear, what's going to happen? They're going to go, well, she ain't doing it, so why do I want to do it, right? So set the example for your team. What you do, they're going to do. So yeah, take action yourself, right? Be accountable to your team. And that's what's going to get you to where you are going to be. Let me just look at the last page real quick. Hopefully that made sense. So we all want to be long-term leaders, right? Not short-term, long-term. Here for the long haul. Goals, I always post a goals post because I really feel like the more people that write down their goals on that post, you're being held accountable. Does that make sense to y'all? So when I go back there and I only see like 4 people posted, I'm like, we have a team of 200. Where are all these goals? I want to see your goals because I want to help you reach your goals. I can't help you if I don't see what your goals are. So, or else have an accountability partner, a goal account. If you don't want to post them out there, have somebody that you're doing it with, that you're sharing your goals with, and you're doing it together. So again, I'm just so proud of all of you, and those of you getting started. I can't wait for you to get your kits, because that's where the fun all begins. You start talking and sharing the love with other people, and it's just so much fun. So that's all I got for y'all. Hang on a minute. Pop-up shop. So what is a pop-up shop? A pop-up shop is basically you going to somebody else's house and doing a make and take at their house. So a make and take, usually I call it at my house. People come to my house, they create something and take it home. There's a whole training on that in the file section always. You can go in there and jump. If you haven't watched the Getting Started video, make sure you watch that. And there's a goal setting training also that is really good, full of amazing, amazing information. The hostess incentives you can post publicly. Yep, you can. Because it shows like the rewards system on it. You're allowed to do that for sure. And how our hostess rewards program works is we get 40% discount. So it works off of our 40% discount for us when we order in our back office. They don't have an actual program like 31 has a program already in place, which I love. And we've all talked about that with Chocatour. And it's something maybe they'll do in the future. Just at the moment, they just don't have it. So there are a bunch of girls that created different hostess rewards flyers, and they're under our photo album area too, where you can find those. Anybody else got questions? You can raise your hand if you want to talk. Heidi's going to talk.
I just wanted to, I got the floor, right?
Yeah, you got the floor.
I wanted to clarify about one thing what you said about the craft fairs is that you were saying that you don't have all of your finished goods there, but you have, but I wanted to clarify to make sure people know you have finished goods plus you have the products for people to make.
Yeah,
and that's
so
the difference in that those are the pieces that sell a lot of the times when the finished products don't sell. So the craft fairs do work and they're awesome, but you want to mix it up and put a bit of everything, not just finished pieces, but also the kits for people to make, the things for people to try right at the craft fair. So and that really boosts a lot of the craft fairs up.
My main thought there was just depending on the time of year is where I decide how much finished stuff I'm going to bring. That's the main thing there. And in the beginning, like I said, I used to do everything finished goods, and I didn't even hardly have anything Chalk Couture. And then I'm like, this is backwards. I got to watch that one gal that did that amazing training, the craft events training, and I was like, wow, I'm doing it backwards. And as soon as I switched my booth, I started having way more sales. Like I was selling kits, I was selling transfers, I was selling chalk paste and squeegees. Like it just shifted everything because they wanted to take it home and make it themselves. So it's good to have both, but I would definitely say when it's the slower season, don't bring as much because you're just going to be dragging it around. But in the Christmas season, you're going to bring more because that's the time where it's going to really sell. So just kind of switch your booth with the seasons. Yes,
Great.
Go ahead, Pavlina.
But in order to sell transfers and mini kits, we need to have like a demo station for sure. So we show
Yes.
if we want to sell the transfers.
Yeah, you want to have your little water bucket, and you want to have some minis and some circles, and then you show them on those. Yep. That works huge. When you show it to people, that wow moment when they pull it off, that's when they want it. Like they just want to buy it right now. And I always say, are you a crafter? Somebody will walk by and I'll be like, are you a crafter? Do you like to craft? And they'll be like, no. And I go, well, what if I could show you how to be a crafter in a really easy way? And they're always like, sure, show me. And then I show them and they're like, holy crap, I can do that. You know, so either way, that way you're hitting them. If you're getting them when they say, no, I'm not a crafter. You're like, well, what if I showed you how you could craft really simply? And then you draw them in that way, you know. Anybody else before we jump off? I wanted to keep it at an hour, and we did it. We're 7 o'clock. We're like right there. So many new people. You guys are sharing the love. I always say when you show you're having fun, that's when things are going to start rolling for you. Like when you show somebody how much fun it is, they just want to know more, you know. So have fun with it. Don't feel like you got to know everything. I've said this a few times. Don't feel like you got to know it all. When you start getting down, go back to your why. Why did you originally join Chalk Couture? And most of us joined because we just wanted some fun products to use ourselves. Like that was me. I wanted transfers and chalk paste to make my life easier. And I love to craft every single day. And when I focus on the love of crafting, the rest comes naturally. But if I focus on like just the business part of it only, and I'm like, this is not working and that's not working, and then it's not fun anymore. You got to go back to that. Why did you sign up originally? And it's the passion of crafting. And if you share your passion of crafting with other people, like I say, it's just going to naturally, people are going to be drawn to what you're doing, and they're going to want to do what you're doing. Does that sound good? Everybody good? I'm looking, is there any more questions? So I was wanting to go to Toronto. For those of you that are going to be in Toronto, it was sold out like really fast. But Calgary was a miracle that I even got in, because the morning of there was 3 spots left, and like the link wasn't working, and I waited for 4 hours while IT tried to fix it. And I got in and there was 2 spots left after that. And it was like total miracle that I get to go. But I really wanted to go there because my mom is there, and I know a bunch of girls that are going to be there. Miss Lucy, Kimberly. Yeah. So I get to go. Thank you, Jesus. It'll be fun. It sounds like there's going to be like almost 40 of us there. So that'll be a lot of fun. And you know, who knows? I don't know if they opened up a bigger room, because I was talking with the CEO and she's like, I said, we got to have more space. And she's like, we're talking to them about it. So thankfully they did open up a spot, because yeah, there wasn't going to be space. So no more questions. Yeah, 20 plus rock stars will be in the house. It's so awesome. We are all rock stars, let me tell you. All right. So we'll see you all soon. Again, feel free to message me. You ever got questions? Like I said, I work from home. I'm here for everybody, whoever, just message and I'm willing to help. All right, guys, so this is recorded. I hope it's recorded. It's best to start off with just A transfers. I say A and B size is what I would say. Start with A and B transfers, because they're the good size for like your medium board and then a small board. So both of those are good to start with. I'm waiting, Karen. I'm thinking you can turn your mic on quick if you need to. Hang on, let me turn you on. There you go.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know, is it easier like when you're showing a demo and you're wanting to give your guests a kit, is it best just to start off with a small A transfer with a squeegee and a stir stick and something small,
When you're
Right.
when you're first getting started, the A or the B transfers are good as long as it's not something that's got a ton of prime example.
Colors and,
Yeah, a lot of flowers.
Right.
And you don't want something that's really busy. Keep something that's really
Right.
like one stroke kind of a thing, and then it's easier
Right, okay.
the first time around.
okay, because that was,
My
I'm
repeat
like-
talkers, when they keep coming back, then I'll let them get into my albums where there's like, you know, double layering and crazy flowers and whatever else. But when they're getting started, you want something real simple looking.
something simple, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, thank you.
And everybody's getting all their new transfers.
I mean, I'm
Kim,
glad I'm not the only one that's only done this like once or twice. Right?
yeah. All right, guys. I'm looking to make sure no more questions. Anybody got something to say? Heidi, anything else to say? Joanne, anything to say before we jump off? Did y'all get some good information? Feel like you got some stuff that you, especially the Share Buddy. Share Buddy.
This is
Go ahead.
great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Laura was raising her hand.
Who was?
Laura.
Laura, you're raising your hand,
Laura.
girl. Let me unmute you. There we go.
Now I'm all gonna be quiet. I have an idea, and I was wondering if we could do it. If there's any way to do it, like in a VIP, could you do like a basket and have like maybe an A, B, and the little one, and like so many paste, and put it in like some cute like little wave basket type thing
Mhm.
for like certain like for a VIP. Or just try to get sales going.
Like to sell it as a bundle kind of a thing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's what the VIP group is all about. It's a place where you can bundle things, where you can break things down. None of that can be done on a business page. It's just the rules of Chalk Couture. But if you want to put something together in a big bundle, and like some people will do a raffle, they'll put together a big basket and then they'll raffle it off. So say you know that basket is valued at $25. They could sell raffle tickets in that VIP group for $2 each until you hit that number, and then they'd raffle the basket off. Some people have done that even. So you can get creative and do fun little things to help your people kind of get trying it and stuff. But I tell you, the one thing that works the most in people trying is the mini kits, which is the little circles with your transfer and your chocolate.
That's what I'm trying to do now, and it's just like nobody's doing nothing.
You got to work on getting more people in there. That's what it all boils down to. More people in your groups, and then you'll start getting more sales. But these are like the bomb. Whether you put a hole in and you make it hanging. When I did the keychains, I sold a ton of keychains. When I did the maggots, I sold magnets. The magnets, I sold a ton of magnets. So when you start changing it up and showing them more things that you can do with them, then they're like, wow, I need some of those now. So just get creative. Sherry's frozen with that face. Look at her face. Oh man, she's cracking up. That's hilarious.
One idea I heard someone say is that I saw this idea with a welcome home basket, and you can reach out to real estate agents and offer making like a welcome home basket to people that buy a new home or something like that. Because we have all those beautiful, like make a box with welcome home, and then maybe some really fancy cookies and things like that. And it can be. I'm gonna make one of those and send some flyers around to some real estate agents.
There's so
we're going into the
busy season. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cute to do like something for, like the fall and then Halloween and then like a cute little Christmas thing or Thanksgiving thing? Just to have like an A, B, well, one or two A's and B's and then your paste.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I seen cute little tin baskets at like the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And you could put that in there.
Yeah,
and then I made those tins that I made. And so I want to give them away or put them with like the little starter kits. I want to do that, but it's just like nothing's happening right now.
Just be creative. The other thing I'll share really quickly with you. I shared this with Laura actually. We were on a one-on-one, and some people are like, I'm making things and they're not selling. Well, if you are focusing like you should be on our Chalk Couture products, what I do a lot, and because people, when they see what you can do, that's the whole idea with Chocateur is, like, I literally will make something. So say you purchase 3 Chocateur services because your finances are like, you just don't have the finances, but you're like, how do I get started and how do I get this business going? So I encourage people to get 3 different surfaces. So say you have 1, say you have 2, and then say you have, just an example, I mean, you can buy the cheaper surfaces, doesn't really matter. Say you have 3. People don't need to know that you're erasing your surfaces, you know, every time you go live. You've erased it prior and you started all over on that same board. They don't need to know that. That's the beauty of being able to erase our surfaces.
It's upside down.
Erase it, erase it, and then swap them out, because, and then you want to show them that you can do that too, because that draws them into our products. Wow, I can swap that out for every season, right? So every season, pumpkin spice is on, take it off, put something Christmassy on. But what I tell girls that don't have finances, 3 surfaces, just rotate them whenever you go live. Nobody even knows they're using the exact same surface each time. And then as you're selling stuff, because they're seeing stuff, then you can invest in more stuff. I mean, it took me a long time. If you saw my stash over here, it took me almost a year to grow my stock. I just baby stepped it. You know, I went from buying single transfers for myself to every time I purchased, Heidi, we talked about this too. If you want to sell a few, I always buy 3. So if I'm going to demo something, I always need to have at least 1 more or 2 more, because when they see it, they're going to want it, right? So I always now buy 3 at least of whatever I'm purchasing. And so now I have stock, right? If I find that my stock's sitting for a while, I'll have a buy 1, get 1 half off of what I have in stock. So I show them on the screen, people are buying them, and then I can go and buy new stuff. So it took time though to build what I have. So don't compare yourself to what I have. I started where you were, where I just gradually was, you know, building my stock. And now I used to dream of having what Leah had behind her on her shelf. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I would love to have what Leah has. Now I have my own little stash of chalk paste. Took time. It's almost going to be a year in October. So start off with what you can and just grow it from there. Yeah, see, Heidi's got her little.
Oh, make that.
Go ahead.
So for Laura and for everybody,
Yeah.
even if she doesn't have probably the surface to make that particular transfer, there is so many pictures in the group of the done products with that transfer. So whatever bundle you're trying to put, for example, like I have this basket. I was like on a pop-up shop, and like it looks pretty like this, but nobody knows what this is. If I don't have finished item of how can they do it. So whatever you post as a bundle, you gotta have like on a finished surface. Even if you don't have your own, there is some pictures that people want to share, and you can upload their pictures like your own. So you gotta have finished product with the bundle, what they can do with it.
Yeah, anytime that's a good word there. Anytime you're gonna post something that you want to offer, always make sure you've checked your back office that it's available. Because if you do go and share, because everybody has stuff out there. Like, I mean, Nicole and Amanda just did some great posts. Did you see them in her group? They did the pictures. They did a bunch of stuff for us, and they're all in stock. So you could go and post those bundles. They're in our back office. So
I've seen that. I like those.
Yeah. So there's.
I was wondering if we can share them.
Yeah, Amanda put right on there. Go ahead and use it. So
like just put our business name or whatever.
Yep.
On the side.
Unbranded.
Yeah, anytime her or Nicole put something out there, they just ask us to brand it with our own brand. So I always stick my little avatar in the bottom corner. So you can make an avatar free. There's a video on how to make your own avatar. Or if you want to make a little logo, there's a bunch of different programs out there to create your logo. Was that what you were trying to do today, Laura?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it got me so aggravated because I took it off, and then it's like it wouldn't let me write nothing on it. And I was getting so aggravated, and I felt that headache coming back on.
You know what you could do? Because I know some people just aren't computer techie, period.
Yeah, that's me.
You could go to Fiverr, and pay someone to do you a logo for $5. A lot of people.
Fiverr?
It's called Fiverr. If you look it up, I'm trying to think what it's isn't it Fiverr? Yeah, Fiverr. look up Fiverr. It's like an Etsy, but it's all these people that do stuff for $5, and you can punch in logo, and you'll find somebody that will make you a logo. You tell them what you want for $5, and they'll send it to you in the actual zip that has no background, so you can overlay it on everything that you do.
I'm gonna try it one more time on my phone
Yeah.
to see if I can do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Because like I can do anything on my phone.
There
but
is an
laptop.
app. Let me just look. I know there's an app. I might have it on my phone. Let me just look. You know what? I think I deleted it. Dang it. I did have one because someone shared it, and I think I deleted it. Go into your app store and punch in logo creator.
Okay. Okay.
Eddie, are you trying to say something? No? Yeah.
I have to go. Good night.
Okay,
everyone.
I gotta go too. All right, guys, I will post the recording in our group. Thanks for jumping on live. You all are committed, man. You're all here, so that's awesome. All right.
Oh, what is her name? Where's she at?
What?
Sherry. No, Stephanie Perry. She says she couldn't get in.
Stephanie couldn't get in? I saw her for a moment. I saw her for a while.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Whenever I went back in, it was saying that she couldn't get in. That it wouldn't let her in.
Weird. Well, I'm going to post this replay so they can all catch on the end of it. But again, thanks for watching. Again, if you got questions, just message me. You know I'm there. Have a good night, everybody.
Too much.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.